Yo, yo, yo. Good afternoon, everybody. How you doing today? How you doing? How you doing? What's going on? What's going on? So we got a little bit to talk about today. We might show some stuff, might share some screens, might have some guests up on the stream, but for now I'd like to start with there's a couple children, 17 years old, in Ottawa, Ontario. Now all these people have a big, huge focus, and their focus is all these fundraisers and all these people. Well, they're not children. They're not children. I mean, we're in this movement for the kids, right? We're supposed to be here for the kids. So, also, can you hear me? Let me know. But everybody'd rather focus on all this bullshit instead of helping the children that are actually homeless and need help. So, if anybody is interested in helping some children that are in Ottawa, they're good kids, they're looking for work, they're trying to get into a home, they're trying to figure it out, they're just kids. They're in and around the Ottawa, Ontario region, and they need our help. So, ladies and gentlemen, please show your support, please show some help, please show some love. I'm not trying to do no fundraiser, I'm not trying to do nothing like that, but anything that is donated will go right to them. We're trying to get them help into a home, we're trying to help them get jobs. It is a friend of mine, 16 or 17-year-old niece, living in a car with her boyfriend, homeless. So, if people would like to help, please reach out, and they could use all the help they could get. And if you have questions, we'll have people in the chat eventually to come and answer. So what's everybody up to today? It's Sunday, and we're supposed to talk a little drama today. So, what shall we talk about first? I am going to go over here on my trusty old fascist book. Start. Why is it like there we go. Okay. And logged in. And thank you. Here, go there. Come on, come on, come on. Sorry, guys. I'm just trying to figure a couple things out here. Okie dokie. So what the heck everybody doing? Nice setup. Thanks, Joe Fly. Best wishes from Scarborough, Toronto. Point Fire. Thank you very much. So we're just trying. I'm trying to get some help for these kids. They're like 17 years old, man. We're supposed to be in this for the children, right? Are we not supposed to be in this for the children? Just saying. The children should come first. Look, soon as I start talking about the children, y'all start leaving because it's just fucking hilarious. You got two 17-year-old kids out on the street in the liberal streets of fucking Ottawa, Ontario, and nobody wants to fucking help. Honestly, it's a piss off. It's bullshit, and it's driving me crazy. Everybody would rather focus on all these main people, these big names, and all this other bullshit instead of helping children find a home and a job and a place. Like, come on, people. Kisses my candy. Hello. How are you doing today? I hope you're having a good Sunday. So yeah, we got to get these kids some help. It's absolute bullshit. If you follow me on Facebook, go check my profile. I've made some posts. There will be some people in here to answer some questions. If you have some questions about where, how, etc., do not be shy. Please ask. Please ask, because these kids need help, man. 17-year-old kids. Two 17-year-old kids are on the streets, homeless, living out of a fucking car. My friend's niece is living out of her boyfriend's car in the streets of Ottawa. So this shit's getting bad, and we need to be focusing on our children. Chris is actually spending time with his kids right now. I'm just drinking beers. Oh, nice. That's awesome. We cut ties with anyone who attempted to mask our kids. No regret. Right, Point Fire. Well, now we have kids that are homeless in the streets of Ottawa that nobody seems to want to help. They'd rather put their focus on these big names and these fundraisers. Well, why not create a fucking fundraiser for these kids? Or, a type of fundraiser that involves maybe people uniting together and getting these kids into a home or getting help or anything, something. They're not even 18. They're not even old enough to get on a welfare assistance, nothing like that. So people need to realize these children actually need help. You need to be a certain age for these fucking whatever, man. Like, where are all our priorities going as Canadian citizens? You like look at people are leaving the chat. People are leaving the stream because people cannot handle the fact that I am sitting here defending children. Because people do not care about the well-being of fucking children. Because their parents are the ones that put them out on the street because they're terrible fucking parents. And the funny thing is these kids aren't even drug addicts or nothing. They're clean kids. They want to work. Like the niece of my friend, she said she wants to at least try to get a job at Timmy's or something. She's willing to do anything it takes to get them off the streets. And so is her boyfriend. And they're just kids. So, like this is fucking ridiculous. This is fucking ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous. Children on the fucking streets, and we're funding fucking wars and upping our taxes, and and we got fucking children on the street. We're trying to, don't get me wrong, I'm not saying people are bad people, but I'm just saying if these people that we're doing these fundraisers and events for are such great people, why not put your shit on pause for a little bit so we can all unite? Why not use your platforms to get people to unite, to focus on these children, to help get these children off the fucking street, man? Like, come on, people. Today, there's a lack of compassion, trust, honesty, and above all, love, right? It's fucking bullshit. My kids were hard, but I would never kick them out. Right? Right? Like, I don't get it. There was almost 20 people in this chat, and because I'm talking about helping children, everybody's leaving and running away with their tail between their legs. Have fun. Bye. You obviously don't care about the well-being and the welfare of children, and I'm going to call you all the fuck out for it. Elizabeth, I don't know. I am not from the Ottawa region. That is why I've been reaching out from people who might be from that region, who would be able to help. So I want to see these children get help. I want to see the right things being done. So I'm trying to unite people. I'm trying to get people together to help these children. Which I shouldn't even have to do. I should be able to just make a post and be like, hey man, hey guys, we got some kids that are in need of some help, and people should just automatically be like, oh snap, kids need help? Well, aren't we hashtag save the children? Hashtag the children are our future? Hashtag we need to protect the children? So where's all these people at? Y'all fly the flags. You fly the flags, and when you go to a protest, you yell, save the children. So where are you at? Where are you at? Tara, I know, and it's sad. It's so sad. It's so, so sad and unfortunate, which is why I'm trying to get us freedom community. We're supposed to be about saving the children. So instead of relying on the system, we should be hopefully relying on each other and pushing this kind of thing out. This is the kind of thing people should be pushing out. You know what I mean? Like, how do we get these kids into a home? Maybe we can fundraise a couple bucks. I had a friend of mine that just sent me $50 for them. So I'm going to see, maybe I can reach out to a couple more friends, collect a couple more bucks, and then I can send it to them. Maybe they can get them some gas money to get somewhere. I don't know. Maybe you can get them a meal. Maybe you can get them something while hopefully trying to connect enough people together to get some help for them. Maybe they can get a roof over their fucking head instead of a vehicle. Don't get me wrong, a vehicle is better than like a tent or a bridge or a hammock or something like that out on the side of the road or whatever. But, like, Tara, a lot of people have been saying you have to be 18 years old or have a parent sign. If you're under the age of 18 years old, welfare will not help you. They have to have a parent, guardian, or an adult sign for you. So that's why they're trying to get work. Like I said, she said that she would even work at Timmy's or anything, literally anything, just to get some money. Like, even if there's people who can maybe reach out, help her get a resume, help her get a job. If somebody knows somebody, like we have so many connected people in this movement, someone has to know someone who can be able to help. They're just children. They're 17-year-old children, maybe 16, 17, something like that. It is my friend's niece, and he is a freedom fighter, and he is in this movement until the very end and has been in it since the very beginning. And since before a lot of other people have been in it, since before Ottawa, before all of it. So, you know what I mean? I want to get these kids some help. I want to get these kids some help. Oh yeah, Elizabeth, it's absolutely ridiculous. I'll come share your bills. Just kidding. Perfect. Well, thank you, Tara. That is something I will definitely send to my friend right now. Ooh, there's a little bit of I'm gonna have a little bit of feedback for a minute because of my phone. I do not know how to contact War Campaign. Is there any chance you do, Elizabeth? If so, is there any chance you have a way to reach out to me personally? Do you have Facebook, email, Instagram, anything like that where you could reach out to me and maybe get me in contact with him or get him in contact with me, maybe? If so, that would be great. That would be great. But we need to get these kids some help. I would really love to get these children some help. Right, I agree with that. I agree with that, Tara. I think Jeff has. Oh, perfect, perfect, perfect. Okay, I can get a hold of Jeff personally then. Thank you, Elizabeth. So, ladies and gentlemen, if there's any chance you can help out even the least bit, please, please don't hesitate. You got a warm meal you could bring, something, anything. Please don't hesitate. There, I just messaged. Jeff right now. Right, what Tara just said here, ladies and gentlemen. Even if you could pick up their laundry or take them to do laundry or a hot shower, hot meal, every little bit helps. Every little bit helps. Oops, son. I think he's gonna fall off here. Oh no. Oh no, I lost my mic. My mic fell out. Beth, me too. If I lived there or closer to there, I would help with what I could. Sorry, I'm just trying to fix my mic. I'm having technical difficulties. I'm having mic problems. Technical difficulties. Be right with you. Oh no, is it gonna fall again? Are we having mic problems now? Stay. 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 Please stay. If my mic randomly falls, y'all can just laugh at me, okay? Yes, Elizabeth, hopefully some people can help. We're trying to get some people to help. Hopefully. This is kind of a different stream. I have to have another stream after. Serious convo, and Coda breaks it with his mic, right? Well, I guess we'll have to break it some more with some chocolate. Oh. So we need to get these kids some help. I still got to do another stream after. It's a bit of a more of a drama stream. This one I more or less just put it in the title to get people's attention. So how good's my audio? Yes, I'm gonna reach out to a couple places now. Maybe hopefully we can get these children some help. Hey, knock it out. I'm seeing what's on YouTube right now. Maybe we can share screens and stuff. Share screen some stuff while we talk. Have some stuff in the background. I'm just seeing what's on that we could look at. Maybe we could share screens and stuff. Dubai braces for more floods. Oh, Biden impeachment live. Y'all guys want to watch Biden's impeachment? We could throw that on in the background while we chit chat. Just throw it on. Wonder if that,
Right, so it sounds like everyone here today, the only one working for a Russian oligarch was you,
you guys hear it?
right? I mean,
Yeah, it was.
I just heard you.
I mean,
I heard.
it's public information.
Yeah, no, I just heard you
Congressman
wax
Gates,
poetic
I got
with
paid
Mr. Frost about,
$200,000. You know how much I
you were
got
really
paid.
worried about our democracy, and you were here to warn us. But you were working for a Russian oligarch,
On
wanting
behalf
to
of
get
President
marijuana
Trump.
licenses. But then you didn't even do it. The fraud you committed against the Russian oligarch was that instead you spent the money on yourself. So, like, was
No,
that what you
that
were
was not the
doing to
fraud.
fight
No,
against
that was not the
Russia's
fraud.
aggression?
That's a lie,
Just taking
Congressman
their
Gates.
money? Well, that's what you were convicted of.
No,
But instead of spending 50 years in prison, you got 4 months. As this hearing continues, I look forward to hearing what Mr. Galanis thinks about how he was treated by the DOJ for telling the truth, as opposed to how you're treated for lying.
The DOJ didn't listen to the truth, because if they would listen
The
to the
question,
truth, you
the
guys would have
question
been all
Mr.
in
Gates
jail.
had is
They didn't
for
want to hear the
Mr.
truth. You can't handle the
Galan-
truth, Matt Gates.
Look, well, the truth for you is taking money from Russians to buy marijuana businesses and then going to jail and then coming here to lie about Trump.
You should know better than anybody.
Gentlemen's time has
the DOJ is
expired.
about.
Chair
You
now,
should know better than anybody.
gentlemen's
Congressman.
time's expired.
Yeah.
Chair now recognizes Ms. Tlaib from Michigan.
Thank you so much. It's so exhausting. This is really incredibly exhausting, and I can't imagine our residents sitting at home. I still, every time I look up and I see our former chairman, forever chairman, Elijah Cummings, our first ever hearing in this room was about the high cost of insulin. I think one of the first witness was a mother of twins who had to ration her insulin and lost a child because she couldn't afford it. I still remember our previous chairwoman who really did a phenomenal job continuing to talk about the opioid crisis and how the Sadler family was part of a criminal scheme to increase addiction among family members, people just literally losing their family members because of profit, because of folks that were literally drug dealers. And
Right, Ann? Biden
all I have to
fascist
say is
regime.
this House Oversight Committee, from our committee hearings on the Postal Service, which really matters to our constituents, the high cost of prescription drugs, the housing issues, the number of struggles and challenges of everyday Americans. And I say this sincerely. I know you all do, but sincerely, because what a waste of time. What a waste of time. Just even some of the colleagues of my folks here continue to say this is a waste of time. I mean, Troy, Representative Niels said, I don't think we have the will to impeach Joe Biden. Just for the record, impeachment isn't something you have a will to do. It's something you have to have evidence to do. Which brings me to next, you heard about Rep. Don Bacon, who said, when the staff tells you that they can't identify a particular crime, there's a problem. That's a problem. I mean, you can go on and on. One, top Republicans admit that there's no conclusive evidence of impeachable offense that shows Biden acted improperly while in office to enrich his family members. I mean, it goes on and on. Former oversight chair Darrell Issa, who serves on Judiciary Committee now, said, I think he goes on and says, there's no clear sense of where the impeachment inquiry is going. It goes on and on. I mean, look, you all, this is an incredibly important committee. We could be doing some phenomenal things and holding currently the Biden administration on a number of issues.
Elizabeth, I'm in North Bay.
I want to know about the American Rescue dollars and where that money is being used. Is it being used?
I'm already in Ontario, and Thunder Bay's in Ontario as well.
That continues to happen in an area of families being impacted by long COVID symptoms. I mean, these are.
Can you guys hear what they're saying?
In this chamber, we're not. We're doing this over and over again, and it's a waste of time. I literally, every time I talk to my constituents about this, they don't bring this up. They said, God, when is this going to be over with? I tell them, my colleagues do not know how to lead the campaigning at the steps of the Capitol. When we come in here, we have to literally put that aside and work for our constituents. Work on getting some sort of understanding where we can prioritize making sure that we have access to clean water. What is going on with the lead abatement program within the administration? Talking about the specific challenges that we continue to see in our healthcare system. All of that. Again, we can hold the Biden administration together, Mr. Chairman, on a number of issues we can see eye to eye on, and saying we need to use this committee to open it up to be.
And
the
my aunt
watchdog
lives in
committee that
Mississauga,
we
and I have
are.
to buy a car
Instead, we're
this next coming week
We're really
and
sincerely are
stuff like
wasting the
that.
time
So
of the American people doing this. This is awful.
I'll be
The
doing
current
some
society is
traveling, and
going
I'll be
backwards.
in
We're playing
the
this.
area. So
It's so
if you want to reach
disenchanting
out
for
on
them.
email,
And you
let me
all
know.
wonder
I
why
can always visit.
the numbers out there of
I'm thinking
favorability
about
towards Congress is
doing
so
maybe
low.
like a little picnic
They
with a
really
bunch
have
of
no faith
people,
in us
get together with a bunch of people
because
that are
it's
out there. So
this is the kind of stuff we do.
maybe I'll even get Jeff
And
to
literally,
join
my
in
folks
too.
are literally fighting for the right to breathe clean air and to fight to sit there and figure out how they're going to afford asthma inhalers. Yet we're here wasting the people's time.
Will the gentlelady yield?
Yes, Mr. Chair, and I say this out of somebody that's a social worker at heart. We could do so many things in bipartisan in this committee. I know it. And I think we're right now really missing out an opportunity to do that. We really are.
Ms. Tlaib,
I yield to Mr.
well, it's for a question I just wanted to ask you because you've had tremendous success in trying to clean up dirty water across America. We can actually get things done, right?
Absolutely. And, I know my colleague on the other side, we all have the crisis of the clean water crisis. We could literally bring in folks in the EPA, bring folks into this chamber right now and ask, where is the Biden administration on the development?
Can you
of the
hear
lead
what they are
abatement
saying?
initiative? These are the things that I think very much many of my mayors, my local electeds, many of the state folks are asking, what can we do as members of Congress to basically have more transparency in where the priorities are? But again, I really say this sincerely to all of you. We can do better. We deserve to do better. I remember Chairman Cummings constantly reminding us that we can be better.
Gentlelady's time's expired. Before I recognize Representative Fry, for what purpose does Representative McLean seek recognition?
I'd like to enter something in the record. My friends on the other side of the aisle are desperately trying to deflect from the Biden family
Are you going to keep it
peddling
the same
scheme
way?
by attacking President Trump and his
is this
family.
for 5 minutes?
I would like to enter into the record an article.
it even.
Actually, Jared Kushner and Hunter Biden are nothing alike, and here are the facts. Thank you.
Without objection, so ordered. Chair now recognizes Representative Fry for 5 minutes.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. One of the inconsistencies that I have kind of seen is what is on a text message, Mr. Bobulinski, with Raymond Zhao, and what Hunter Biden testified to in his own deposition. And so this is infamous. We've talked about this a lot. Z, please have the director call me, not James, not you or Jim. Have him call me tonight. I am sitting here with my father. We've talked about this a lot. We've kind of got ad nauseum to it. And in response, Raymond Zhao says, copy, I will call you on WhatsApp. So in Hunter Biden's testimony on page 105, he states that the Zhao that he said
And I
was
agree,
not the Zhao
but I
that
also
was
agree
connected to CEFC.
it would be a better
What do
world
you say about that, Mr.
without
Bobulinski?
them in it, and
Well, I think
with
what
better
he's
people
simply saying is he made a
in
mistake. Not that
in
he
their
meant to
positions.
send that text message because it's
And
crystal
hello,
clear
Christine.
that message was meant
Much
for
love and
Raymond
welcome.
Zhao,
Welcome
who
to
was
the channel.
interpreter
Welcome
for
to the
Director
chat.
Zhang at CFC.
I hope you're having
But
a
I think
wonderful
he tried to
Sunday.
obfuscate in his testimony that technically maybe he made a mistake and texted it to the wrong person. I can't speak to whether then he corrected that.
I was
but
leaning
what I
back
do
so y'all
know
don't
based
hear
on
me
the
chewing my
communications
chocolate
that he
bar.
got on the phone with Raymond Zhao and set the record straight and exactly went through what he thought he was sending him in that message, because it's followed up where they say, they sort of snap to and say, we'll cooperate with the family. Why were they willing to cooperate with the family? Because effectively they were bribing the Biden family to get them to help them with the 4 unsealed indictments in the SDNY, which
Right.
is the only thing that mattered to CFC.
And Raymond Zhao, you said he was an interpreter, but he was a little bit more than that too.
He was
wasn't
like a
he?
chief of staff interpreter. Yeah.
Correct. So he was kind of the handler for the CEFC.
And
business.
Christine,
He
thank you
spoke
for being
good
here with
English.
us.
Director Zhang spoke very little English.
Much love to
Right, so
everybody
to
in
the
the chat.
extent that this was the wrong Zhao, I mean, I'm no rocket scientist, but if I get a text message and it's somebody that it's a different Russell, I'm going to say, you've got the wrong guy, correct?
Yeah, I believe Henry Zhao probably, his argument is he sent it to Henry Zhao. I'm assuming there's a text message somewhere where either Henry Zhao responded, hey, I think you meant that for somebody
Right.
else.
Instead, we just see copy that. I'll call you on WhatsApp, right? Right. So if you were perplexed as to why you received a random text message that wasn't applied
Well,
to,
that's actually Raymond Zhao
Right.
saying, I'll call you on
That's what I'm
WhatsApp."
saying.
Yeah.
so the purpose, the issue that he brings up though, is that he was confused and it was the wrong Zhao. I want to ask you a couple more questions real quick. Hunter Biden's transcript on page 42, he said, I officially began to work for CEFC when I received a retainer from CEFC in early or spring of 2017. Is that true?
Well, it goes back to the word official. He's parsing words. Hunter Biden started working for CFC in the fall of 2015 and worked for CFC throughout 2016. That was confirmed to me by him, by James Gilliar, by Rob Walker, numerous face-to-face conversations on it,
Right. So
numerous
this is
meetings.
so this is not true. On page 48 of his transcript, Hunter is asked, he's never interacted with any of your business associates. Is that correct? The he's referring to is Joe Biden. Is that true?
That's a lie?
Hunter lied to the committee about important details concerning his money demands and threats to CEFC based on this WhatsApp message right here. On page 105 of his testimony,
Y'all can
Hunter
still hear it
stated,
okay?
quote,
I gotta go
"My
and
father had no
switch my
awareness- my father
lounge.
had no awareness of the
And
business I was doing." Is that
yeah,
true?
I'll be right
That's a
back.
lie.
I'm gonna leave y'all here for a
He
minute with
also
this.
talked about how Jim Biden also lied extensively throughout his own testimony, and that Jim was selling plausible deniability for many years so that he could not tell the truth from a lie. On page 100 of Jim Biden's transcript, Jim is asked, do you recall having a meeting with Hunter Biden and Tony Bobulinski and Joe Biden? Jim's response was absolutely not. Jim states that Joe Biden never met with Tony Bobulinski. Is that true?
That is a lie, and I'm shocked that his lawyer sitting next to him, a former U.S. attorney, allowed him to say that lie 3 different times in that transcribed interview.
Right. When pressed, he continued to double down on that.
He got excited. His lawyer had to calm him down, and he continued to lie about it.
On page 124 of the transcript, Jim Biden states, quote, it was Hunter Biden, myself, Gilliar. I don't know. It was the 5, okay? And everybody was 20%, okay? You know what? It was never executed. It was never signed. And he's referring, of course, to the contract or the agreement. Is that true?
That's a lie. He fully executed the legal document, Oneida Holdings LLC, as did Hunter, James Gilliar, Rob Walker, and myself.
Thank you for your testimony today.
Thank you.
Yours has been the consistent testimony throughout this process, unlike the other people who have come before this committee. And with that, Mr. Chairman, I yield back.
Very good. Chair now recognizes Ms. Presley from Massachusetts for 5 minutes.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. When Elijah Cummings was the chair of this committee, he often reminded us that our role was to be in efficient and effective pursuit of the truth. So I'm going to try to do exactly that because this farce has gone 15 months, 10,000 documents, and 11,000 hours too long, and we've got a lot of ground to cover here. Mr. Parnas, thank you for being here. Last year, you wrote a long letter to Chairman Comer detailing your extensive role in the, quote, campaign orchestrated by Giuliani and Trump to dig up dirt on the Bidens and to spread misinformation about them through various networks, including government officials, journalists, and Fox News personnel, unquote. When that campaign failed to find dirt because, well, there was no dirt to be found, the former occupant of the White House demanded that Ukrainian political officials announce investigations into the Biden family in order to smear Joe Biden prior to the 2020 presidential election. Yes or no, Mr. Parnas, before Trump and Rudy Giuliani tasked you to try to find dirt on the Bidens in Ukraine, did you ever interact with Mr. Trump?
Before they asked me, yes, I've had many interactions.
Okay. And you wrote to the committee that in late 2018, you attended a holiday party at Trump's White House, as shown in this picture. Can you describe your interactions with Donald Trump during this party?
Yes, we came to the event. It was a Hanukkah party. Rudy Giuliani joined us. We were supposed to all go to the residence, but at the last second, Rudy said to wait for him downstairs. He was going to go meet Trump himself and update him on everything that was going on. He went to meet Trump at the residence. We waited at the White House. Then eventually, when Trump came down to make a speech, Secret Service came up to us and said that the president wanted to wait for us at the Red Room. So we proceeded to the Red Room and waited for Trump to finish a speech. Then he came in. approached me and basically told me, shook my hand and said, Rudy tells me great things. Keep up the good work. Thank you. And then we proceeded to take pictures.
Mr. Parnas, when Trump told you to keep up the good work, what did you understand him to be referring to exactly?
Well, at that point, the conversation was about Ukraine and Giuliani wanting me to go find Viktor Shokin. So that's what I took it as keep up the good work, go get Viktor Shokin on our way to Ukraine.
And Mr. Parnas, after the party, did you interact with Trump again, or were you cut off from interacting with him?
After our trip to Ukraine, we were cut off because then the BLT team was formed and the line of communication started going through Rudy Giuliani because they didn't want anybody to notice me with him because I was in Ukraine doing the stuff.
I see. So is it fair to say, Mr. Parnas, that you think you were no longer invited to interact with Trump to create a buffer between President Trump and your work with Giuliani to generate evidence of Joe Biden's misconduct in Ukraine?
Oh, I was told that. Not that I wasn't invited. I was told that you're going to stop going to the events, to the private events and stuff like that because, well, you're doing this.
I see. So despite President Trump's efforts to insulate himself from associating with you as you sought evidence of Biden corruption in Ukraine, you maintained your contacts with individuals in Trump's innermost circle, including Donald Trump Jr., correct?
Absolutely, yes.
Well, you know, as the saying goes, a leopard can't change their spots. And so, Mr. Parnas, you're a prime example of Donald Trump's habit of welcoming people into his inner circle and then creating distance or the appearance of it from them as he relies on them to commit improper acts. Now, Donald Trump has demanded that Joe Biden be impeached, has enlisted oversight Republicans to do his dirty work in an attempt to try to win the 2024 presidential election by promoting the same lies about President Biden, lies that are firmly rooted in Russia's disinformation and propaganda effort to influence U.S. elections and undermine Ukraine in the midst of a vicious Russian invasion. I yield to Mr. Goldman.
Thank you very much, Ms. Presley. I want to get back to this photograph here that I got cut off from before. You, Mr. Bobulinski, you called a number of people liars, 6 FBI agents.
I did not call this as 6 FBI agents
Sure, I'm
liars.
talking. If you go to page,
Well, you know better, Mr. Goldman.
Okay, go to page 174 of the transcript, and you said it's not an accurate statement. It's a lie related to an FBI report.
I didn't call them
Sorry,
liars.
I
The
don't have time.
statement
Be
is a
quiet.
lie.
Now, this is a photo that was provided by Cassidy Hutchinson after you called her a liar when she said that you met with Mark Meadows and received an envelope. Do you see this photo? Do you acknowledge that is Mark Meadows in the red hat?
Didn't you tell me to be quiet? I don't.
I asked the question. Do you acknowledge that that's Mark Meadows?
Maybe you're a person can walk it closer so I can see it.
Mr. Chairman, would you indulge, just since he's
I
not
mean,
answering the
you're
question, he's
15
filibustering?
seconds over, but
Yeah.
it may
Well,
help.
let me just ask it very briefly. Is that you and Mr. Meadows buy Secret Service cars with you in a mask?
Are you kidding, Mr. Goldman? I'm sitting 20 feet away
Go
from it.
go
It's
up to him,
pitch-
please. Go right up to him.
And your time's expired.
Okay.
Maybe Mr. Swalwell will give you some time.
Could he just answer the question?
He can answer the question, right?
So what I see in this picture is
Hello.
been sitting in a Cadillac Escalade with all the windows up with a full mask.
What are we watching?
Is
So
that
you're
you?
making-
Apparently, it's Biden's impeachment.
It's the
Why are we
back of
watching
this-
Biden's
I don't-
impeachment?
Is that you talking to the
Why don't
person?
you
There's
in
just
the red
something I
hat?
see and put on.
Did I meet Mr. Meadows at a Trump rally in
Answer-
Rome, Georgia? I did.
No shit.
I acknowledge that.
We're
you-
watching
Mr.
something about
Mr.
Biden.
Goldman,
Well, I
I
guess
did
it's
not
first
say
minute.
it.
But Cassidy Hutchinson.
We
is
do
a
have a
liar.
lot of them.
Hutchinson's a
Yeah.
liar because
Time
she
is
said
expired.
that he handed
walking
me
away
an
with the boss.
envelope. Mr.
No,
Meadows
no,
didn't give me
no.
a single thing.
Now, Chair recognizes.
Glad we have the clear
No,
story.
your
Mr. Chairman.
time's expired. Maybe Mr. Swalwell will yield you some time. Chair now recognizes Mr. Langworthy from Buffalo for 5 minutes.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman. Glad it's so quiet in here. On the first day of the Biden presidency, then Press Secretary Jen Psaki claimed that President Biden's objective and his commitment was to bring, quote, transparency and truth to government, to share the truth even when it's hard to hear. That is obviously laughable, just about as laughable as when Hunter Biden claimed that he was trying to avoid wire
Yeah, I guess.
feeds when he had Rob Walker launder
Yeah, we're the
a
guest.
$1 million payment
know.
from a Chinese company through 16 different bank wires to Hunter, Hallie, and Jim Biden's accounts.
We're on
If
there
you're
3
trying to avoid
times.
wire fees, then why send 4 different wires over 3 months to the same account? It's a total joke. A glaring example of President Biden's failure to live up to his promise to
Yo,
bring
get that sounds.
transparency
This
is
is
his
all
influence
played.
peddling in
This
Ukraine,
cardboard.
where he pressured the Ukrainian government to fire
Really?
Prosecutor General Viktor Shokin, who was
Okay.
investigating the owner of Burisma.
Hello.
While Joe Biden was vice president in 2014, his son Hunter Biden was asked by Burisma's owners to join the board, a paid position. The committee has sought documents from the administration regarding Vice President Biden's
He's
influence.
twitching every
peddling
single
in
time you
Ukraine.
do it.
The administration, which claims transparency, has failed to produce these documents.
I'm not gonna
I'll give you an
tweet in your
example. On September
face.
of
Oh,
2015, the United
exactly.
States
Fuck, I knew
steadfastly
you were gonna
believed
tweet
that
this
the
next
owner
thing you know
of
I'm gonna
Burisma
cut the
was
fucking
face of
eyebrow
corruption
off.
in Ukraine.
Is that
The
crack getting
administration
you?
found to work with
Right?
the
Too
prosecutor
much
general
fucking
to
Wabishka butt crack?
However, that all changed after a phone call from Hunter Biden and the
Is that
owner
your
of
favorite?
Hunter's Washington, D.C. associates in 2015.
You're welcome for cleaning your eyes there.
Days later, Vice President Biden delivered a
You
speech.
fucking biting
The
me?
Ukrainian
Huh?
legislature
Fucking
privately
biting me?
pressured the
No
Ukrainian
gun
president to fire the
control
prosecutor
or
general.
comment
The Oversight
for
Committee has
Ukraine.
asked the White House for
Um,
drafts of Vice President Biden's speech
no gun
to the
control.
Ukrainian legislature from
You're
2015.
you're
They have
talking
withheld
about Canada or the United
for
States here,
nearly 7
Mike?
months.
Right?
We have
Because
not
the
been
Canada, like, you can't
all
even
wanna
have a
know
pistol.
whether there were edits to the speech
There's
after
so much
Hunter.
gun control here in Canada, and the carbon tax
We all
will
want to
carbon
know
tax.
whether the vice
You have to be a
president,
hunter to have a gun, and you can
then
only
vice
have
president,
certain guns, and you can only
changed
hunt
course
certain
to protect
animals,
his
you can only
son
do
and
certain
his corrupt
things. And,
business associates.
holy
We all want to know
hell.
whether the Biden family's business dealings affected American
Like, tell me
policy towards
tell me the
Ukraine.
whole world isn't controlled.
The
Tell
White House
tell me,
claims to be committed to bringing
because
truth
I
and
won't believe it.
transparency to government. It just seems like it's only interested when it's convenient for his administration. Now, Mr. Bobolinsky, did Hunter ever tell you at any point the value of the Burisma income to him?
Yes. Call him ever mentioning that to me.
Okay, did he ever say it was his only income at that time?
Oh, okay. Actually, I stand corrected. There's a text message. I never discussed it with him. I was in
Ukraine.
Monaco at the Grand Prix. He was in Monaco for the
Right.
Burisma board meeting. He set up a meeting with me. He didn't show up at that meeting. Obviously, you can imagine I wasn't too
Right.
happy. And he responded to a text me asking him what's going on. And in that text, he states he's on the back of Kola's yacht fighting for the only income he has, but it wasn't from Burisma, it's from the Kazakh deal that he's talking about. I never discussed that with him after that. That was a single exchange between him and I.
No. Corruption and a lack of transparency from the Biden family have been common themes through the House Oversight Committee's investigation. And even when asking for simple drafts of then Vice President Biden's speech in the Ukraine, the White House has been anything but transparent. President Biden has done and will continue to do everything in his power to cover up the truth, especially when it's hard to hear. And I yield back, Mr. Chairman.
The gentleman yields back. Mr. Bobolinsky yields back to me for 1 minute. Is there anything that you want to respond to? No, you don't worry about Mr. Goldman. We don't pay any attention to Mr. Goldman either. But is there anything that anyone said up here that you want to take about 55 seconds to respond to?
It's tempting. I mean, my biggest appeal to everyone in this room is I wish you would spend the time focusing on the fact that the Chinese Communist Party infiltrated the White House of the United States of America through the Biden family. I don't say that lightly. It's not a joke. I was willing to die for this country, as was my father and both my grandfathers and my brother. This is serious, serious stuff. We should be asking how that happened. Take the Biden name and the Biden family completely out of it. How did the Chinese Communist Party infiltrate the White House of the United States of America? Let's start there, focus on those facts, what they did, how they did it, why they used money, why they used private enterprises instead of military stuff and other stuff. That is huge to our national security. So I appreciate you yielding that time to me, Mr. Chairman.
Well, thank you. And I'll just say this, Ms. Tlaib and Ms. Presley criticized the investigation, but I think most Americans care about public corruption. And they realize the FBI hasn't done the job, the DOJ hasn't done their job, the IRS hasn't done their job. They've been told to stand down. All that's left is the House Oversight Committee, and we will do our job. And pursuant to the previous order, because votes have been called again, the committee stands in recess subject to the call of the chair. The committee will reconvene 5 minutes after floor votes. Reconvene. Chair recognizes Mr. Swalwell for 5 minutes.
Mr. Bobulinski, in your interactions with the Biden family, which you've told us all about throughout the day, did you ever observe the Chinese government grant 22 patents to any of Joe Biden's children while Joe Biden was in office?
I did not.
Did you ever observe the Chinese government, did you ever observe Joe Biden ever own or operate any hotels while he was in public office and take millions of dollars from foreign governments?
I did not.
Did you ever observe Joe Biden employ any of his children or their spouses in the White House as vice president or president?
I did not. I can't speak to that.
Did you ever observe, while observing the Bidens install a family member to be the co-chair of the DNC?
I'm sorry, ask the question again?
Did you ever observe the Bidens install a family member to be the co-chair of the Democratic National Committee?
I did not.
Did President Biden or anyone in his family take $2 billion from the Saudi government?
Not that I'm aware of.
Did President Biden or anyone in his family get fined $355 million for tax fraud?
Not that I'm aware of.
Mr. Parnas, as you've observed Mr. Bobulinski today and his fealty and dedication and loyalty to the Trump family, is that something you recognize as somebody who was also in that cult before?
Absolutely.
Is there hope for our man Tony here?
Very little, I think, until he hits a brick wall.
And in your experience, on a scale of 1 to 10, how eager was the Trump campaign in your interactions to manufacture dirt on Joe Biden? 1 to 10, 10 being the highest.
10 plus.
10 plus. Would it surprise you, Mr. Parnas, that the Russians and in their disinformation campaign outlets have often cited Chairman Comer's testimony and allegations against the Biden family to make their own allegations against Joe Biden?
No, it doesn't surprise me because that's exactly what they want to happen.
Mr. Chairman, it's over. It's over. It's time to pack it up. And I want to give you the top 10 reasons why impeachment is dead. Number 10, your key witness today is testifying from the slammer. Number 9, key evidence of a bribe that you all relied on. The guy who said that has been indicted for lying about that bribe, and he's a Russian asset. Number 8, another key witness has been indicted as a Chinese agent. Number 7, during the Hunter Biden interview, Mr. Chairman, you didn't even stay for the whole time. Number 6, Chairman Jason Smith didn't show up at all to the Hunter Biden interview. The same day, number 5, Darrell Issa said it's a big nothing. Number 4, today Jim Jordan began his remarks not by relying on any evidence for this investigation, but he went off attacking the DOJ about what they're doing with the Catholics. Number 3, you all still have not sent the articles of impeachment for the Mayorkas impeachment to the Senate, and that happened last month. Number 2, you're now talking about a criminal referral, but if you had evidence for a criminal referral, then you have evidence to impeach somebody for high crimes and misdemeanors. And number 1, and I'm sorry to say this, Fox News isn't even carrying this today. In fact, one of their anchors, as they broke away 10 minutes in, said, this is the same hearing over and over and over. At what point are you going to fish or cut bait? So I just have to tell you, it's over. Impeachment's over. Dunzo. Bye-bye. Rigor mortis. Lights out. Curtain drop. Mic drop. Peace. Adios. Sayonara. Au revoir. Or a language that you all understand. Doi Sivdanya. Did I say that right, Mr. Parnas?
Yes.
I dare you to impeach, but you won't because you don't have the evidence. And because you don't have the evidence, you don't have the votes. Guys, it's dead. And so I'm here to pronounce the time of death. "516.
Say it in Chinese.
Impeachment is dead. 516. Biden impeachment's dead. Joe Biden has been acquitted.
Gentleman's time's expired. Chair now recognizes Miss Luna from Florida for 5 minutes.
Mr. Parnas, I want to read to you a few quotes from a letter that you wrote to the House Oversight Committee. First, you said that I will remind you that Slachewski's answers are in the report that the House Oversight Committee published. In this document, he stated that Hunter Biden was never asked or assigned to speak with anyone in the U.S. on behalf of Burisma. Mr. Parnas, are you aware that according to Amos Hochstein, a U.S. State Department official, in a transcribed interview with the Senate, Hunter Biden requested to have a meeting with him in November of 2015. Mr. Hochstein testified that he met with Hunter Biden and they spoke about Burisma. So yes or no, that statement that you made to House Oversight was incorrect?
The statement was correct because that statement.
Yes or no?
The statement is coming
So are you
from the
saying yes,
words
it
of
was?
CEO Burisma.
It's directly
This was his
conflicting with
answer. Those were
testimony.
not-
Next question.
That was not
There
my
were no
answers.
political
Those
or
answers
lobbying
from the
firm
CEO
efforts on behalf
Burisma.
of Burisma in your statement that you made to House Oversight. Mr. Parnas, are you aware that Burisma's engagement of Blue Star Strategies, which was a lobbying firm that was lobbying the U.S. government on behalf of Burisma, and Mykola Slachewski, and according to Sally Painter and Karen Termitano, the heads of Burisma. So that statement, again, that you wrote to this committee was incorrect, yes or no?
No, you're incorrect because
No,
I
that
said,
is incorrect.
no,
You're directly conflicting with that. My final question for you, Mr.
the answers
Parnas,
were given
is
by-
next
not
you
by
wrote that
me, by
nobody from the
CEO
company of
Burisma.
Burisma has
Thank-
ever spoken to Joe Biden. It's okay, Chairman, I got him. Mr. Parnas, Devin Archer testified to this committee that Vadim Picharski, the corporate secretary of Burisma, sat down for dinner with Joe Biden. So that statement also was incorrect that you wrote to this committee, yes or no?
No, it's not incorrect.
Mr.
because-
Chairman, I think this witness's credibility is shot. I'd like to give the remaining of my time to the amazing representative from Florida, Representative Matt Gaetz.
You're good.
The Democrats could have sent anyone. They could have sent Hunter Biden. They could have sent Joe Biden. They could have sent Rob Walker. They could have sent Devin Archer. The Democrats could have sought any person to come and refute the direct evidence backed up by bank statements, backed up by calendar entries, backed up by emails, backed up by text messages. And who did the Democrats send to clear the name of Joe and Hunter Biden? They sent Lev Parnas. Lev Parnas, who was charged with enough crimes and violating our campaign finance laws to serve 50 years, but he gets 4 months. And like the big grand criminal conspiracy Mr. Parnas is involved in is using Russian oligarch money to try to get marijuana licenses, which seems odd. And then using that Russian money to plow into campaigns in order to achieve that objective. But the fraud he committed wasn't just on our election system by plowing Russian money. It was also a fraud on his own investors who didn't get it. So I guess, Mr. Bobulinski, as you hear Maxwell Frost, my colleague on the Democrat side, say that Mr. Parnas, fresh off of his prison time, is the most credible witness we've had to address these business dealings. What's your reaction to that?
I think it's laughable that the Democrats are asking Lev Parnas to weigh in on my credibility, a convicted felon that served jail time. I have an impeccable record. Now, he warned me earlier in this hearing that they're coming for me. I look
No, I didn't
forward
worry.
to
I
that.
said just keep talking. You'll be there soon.
I look forward to that, Mr. Parnas.
Keep lying. You'll be there soon.
Well, and
Is that a threat,
Yeah,
Mr. Parnas?
No, it's just the truth.
No, did you
But
say they
I
were
said
coming
that-
for me?
No, I said if you keep lying, you will end up in prison.
I'm not lying. You're the
Well,
one
then
who
if
was
you're not- You have
lying.
nothing to say.
You're the one who went to prison
What am
for
I
lying.
lying for? Tell me what we're lying for, Mr. Bobulinski.
What?
You don't even know what you're talking about. What am I lying?
You went to
What
prison
lying?
for lying and defrauding
No,
your
what
investors.
am I lying here? What am I lying here?
Oh, the list is
Go
long.
ahead.
We don't have enough
Go ahead.
time. I think
Exactly,
Mr.
yeah.
Gates only has a minute.
I think you're a little scared, just like
So
Mr.
one
Gates. Because
crime-
Mr. Gates doesn't even ask a question. You're
We're-
filibustering. I've been here for 6 hours and not one of your committee members has asked me one question. You want to
Well,
hear
I
the
asked you-
truth?
hold on,
No,
hold
you
on,
haven't-
Mr.
no, you
I
wanna
asked a
ask
question about
Get
your
to the
illegal
truth.
business
I've been here for
dealings.
7 hours.
Mr.
Ask me
Bobulinski,
some questions.
fraud is a
Stop
crime, right?
filibustering. Go ahead. Ask me.
Correct. Fraud is a crime.
Fraud is a crime, and you observed fraud on the part of the Bidens, right?
I did, crystal clear. So much so I had an independent law firm spend $300,000 to analyze that fraud and put together a fully ready, fileable lawsuit against the Biden family.
And bribery is a crime, right?
Correct?
And what you observed with Joe Biden trying to get you into this business deal with Hunter Biden, what you later learned about that business deal and how the money was flowing from the Chinese Communist Party to Hunter Biden, to other members of the Biden family, did that concern you as a potential feature of money laundering?
It did. It did. I started to grow concern after I met Joe Biden And then I sat down with Jim Biden and he used the term plausible deniability with me. And that's documented because I went back to my lawyers and I asked them, something is starting to feel unright. And they went and hired another law firm to give me a full FCPA workup to go through the details of what could be done and what couldn't be done.
Sounds like high crimes and misdemeanors to me, Mr. Chairman. I yield back.
Very good. Chair now recognizes the chairwoman of the House Education Committee, Ms. Fox from North Carolina. Dr. Fox.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, and I want to thank my colleagues for what you have been doing here today, unraveling these issues. Mr. Galinas, in your written testimony, you state that your, quote, objective was to build a diversified private equity platform which would be anchored by a globally known Wall Street brand together with a globally known political name, Biden, end quote. Is it correct that Harvest Fund Management, a $300 billion Chinese financial services company closely connected to the Chinese Communist Party, CCP, was interested in partnering with you and your business partners?
Yes, that's correct.
Thank you. Why was the CCP connected Harvest Fund Management interested in doing business with you and your partners, Hunter Biden and Devon Archer?
The only plausible reason, and the reason we even discussed this, was because of the access that it provided. There was a quote that was attributed to Henry Zhao, the chairman, that talked about the access that it provided. So there's documentation that was contemporaneous that said what their interest was, and that interest was political access.
Thank you. Is it correct that Harvest Fund Management believed that Joe Biden would take a seat on that company's board after his vice presidency ended?
Whisper, get in here.
Yes, that's correct. And there were emails to that effect around that time that were circulated by people who were there as part of those conversations, including the golf outing.
Thank you. Are you aware of Hunter Biden ever speaking to his father, Joe Biden, about the plan to have him join the board of Harvest Fund Management?
Yes, I witnessed that, yes.
It seems clear that Joe Biden was aware of his family's use of his office and influence to do business with America's adversaries, and therefore a choice to pursue personal gain over national security. Mr. Bobulinski, is it true that former Vice President Joe Biden met with Xi Jinping, the chairman of CEFC China Energy?
It is based on Rob Walker saying yes to that in a transcribed interview. I personally was not at that meeting.
When did this meeting take place based on what Mr. Walker said?
Yeah, in my understanding, it would have been February 2017. After they had a meeting in Miami, I believe James Gilliard got on the corporate jet of CFC and flew with Yi Jianming and Director Zhang to DC in preparation for that meeting.
After this meeting with former Vice President Joe Biden and Chairman Yi, were any payments made to the Biden family or associates?
Yes, well, it gets to that point of obfuscation. $3 million was wired to Rob Walker's account on March 1st. Actually, they sent two wires. The first wire got kicked back, and then they sent a second wire on March 1st, 2017 to Robinson Walker LLC. And then as your committees walked through today, they parsed that out to the Biden family in numerous different payments.
Thank you. Mr. Chairman, it is clear that Joe Biden is a common element in all of Hunter Biden's attempts to do business with China. There's a pattern emerging that the Biden family and associates
Much love, everybody.
deliberately chose personal gain.
I hope you're all enjoying the show, having a good day.
Of the very Americans Joe Biden was elected to serve, protect, and defend. With that, I'll yield the balance of my time to Mr. Gates.
Hunter Biden's deposition. Question. Do you think some of your business associates we've spoken about today, Mr. Archer, Mr. Bobulinski, Mr. Galanis, do you think they had an expectation that your dad had any role or involvement in any of your joint business dealings? Answer from Hunter Biden. Not an expectation from me. There was never a single time I can remember saying, hey, we'll get my dad involved. Hey, let's get my dad on the phone. Hey, let's, what can we get out of dad for this? Mr. Galanis, what's your reaction to that testimony from Hunter Biden in light of you describing the Biden lift?
I think it's patently false. It's belied by emails, and I think that there's documentation that says that that's just an untruthful statement.
And what I'm trying to understand, Mr. Galanis, is there you are sitting in a prison cell for a financial crime where you were an associate with Hunter Biden and some of the other players there, and they're out enjoying Southern California, and you're sitting in a prison cell, and they've got the ability to come and give this false testimony.
Much love, Mike.
Is it your belief that the Biden Justice Department
Suzanne.
Retaliates against people who speak out against
People
the Bidens
unite.
and their crimes?
Much love, everybody. Hope you're having a good
I'm
Sunday.
living that. I think to clarify, I took responsibility for my crimes. I pleaded guilty. I've served 8 years of clean conduct, and I think I've rehabilitated myself quite a bit in that period of time and evidence a track record. But I would say that there is unquestionably a pattern of 2 tiers of justice, and that's become a popularized term, and it's something that a lived experience that I've gone through.
Yield back.
Before I recognize Mr. Waltz, for what purpose does Mr. Big seek recognition?
I want to include an article in a record. The article is entitled "Tlaib renews her, quote, impeach the MFer, close quote, call against Trump."
Without objection to order, for what purpose does Mr. Gates seek recognition?
Mr. Chairman, I seek unanimous consent to enter into the record the press release from the Department of Justice. Lev Parnas sentenced to 20 months in prison for campaign finance, wire fraud, and false statement offenses.
Without objection, so ordered. Chair now recognizes Mr. Waltz from Florida.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, and I find it incredibly rich. Mr. Swalwell is going to come to this committee and lecture us about how China
up just after T-minus 2 minutes, at which point we'll have the 1 million pounds propellant on board Falcon 9 ready to fly.
We can see the vehicle continuing to vent some of that gaseous.
Well, looky here.
Dragon is in terminal count and is on.
We got a rocket gonna get ready to launch. Hey, Mary, much love, much love. Hope you're having a good day. The Canadian government is no better, but the circus clown show up here. Yes, it is, Suzanne. Yes, it is indeed a circus.
As well on the right.
Dragon SpaceX for weather. Looks like the system has cleared, and we're looking like we're go for launch for weather.
All right, we've heard a good news information to the crew.
Dragon copies.
We're letting them know that it appears the weather is going to avoid the area.
That is great news indeed.
Just waiting now for the call out. Liquid oxygen load complete on the second stage.
Stage 2, LOX load is complete. Dragon is in auto idle. Ground gas closeouts, expect loud venting.
Yeah, I figured we'd have a day of randomness, you know,
That venting,
show
we're
some
now
different random stuff, have some
leading off
conversations
excess pressure
in between it
the
all.
strongback. That's what's giving that large white plume as cold gas meets the warm Florida air and condenses the moisture.
This is happening in Florida.
Coming up on 1 minute where the flight computers will take over the sequence. Let's listen in to the launch of Falcon 9 with Dragon and the Axiom 2 crew.
FTS is armed, Falcon 9 is in startup and is now controlling. Dragon is in countdown.
Dragon, SpaceX, go for launch.
Dragon, copy. Go for launch.
We've got about 30 seconds till the launch.
T-minus 30
ladies and
seconds.
gentlemen. And Joe Fly, I'm not doing too bad today. How are you doing, dear? I hope you're having a good day. Good Sunday.
T-minus 15. T-minus 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Engines full power. And liftoff, Falcon 9. Go Axiom.
Stage 1 Alpha. Copy 1 Alpha.
Together, we expand what is possible in low Earth orbit. Ad Astra and Godspeed
Stage 1, close to
AX2.
mount.
How fake do you guys think this is? Are we watching a
T plus
video game right now?
36 seconds into flight. A great view of Falcon 9 heading to space.
Are we going to see this rocket explode?
Tower telemetry nominal. We're into the throttle bucket. Is the first stage is
If the Earth is truly flat, will we find out?
in preparation
If
for
there is a
next gear.
firmament, will we find out? Good day, William. Good day. I know I don't care either. I'm just having
Faster
fun.
than the
Just fine.
speed of sound as we're getting great views from the first stage camera looking back at Kennedy Space Center and Complex 39A.
Stage 1, throttle up.
If it shows leaving the atmosphere, we'll know how.
We're out of the throttle bucket.
Stage 1, Bravo. Copy 1 Bravo.
We're at full power, and that call on 1 Bravo, that's another one of those abort modes. As we get higher and faster, the logic for Dragon, should a contingency occur, changes from stage to stage.
Impact chill is underway.
Chill announcement says we're getting the turbo pump on the second stage engine cooled down in preparation for its light up coming up in just another minute from now. Again, great views looking back, and you can see the contrail as we left 39A and the shadow of the contrail against the cloud deck around Florida. And we're coming up 3 big sequences and a view live of the crew inside Dragon. They're getting ready. We're going to get 3 events here: main engine cutoff, stage
Stage 1, throttle
separation,
down.
and then we're going to light the second stage engine. We've heard the throttle down in preparation for stage separation.
See, I don't know if this is real. I see quite the curve,
Eco.
but it's also hard to say.
2 Alpha. Stage separation confirmed. Copy 2 Alpha. And back ignition.
Stage 1, boost back startup.
What
All right,
do you
stage
guys
separation.
think?
We've lit
Real
the second
or
stage
fake?
engine. The first stage is into the boost back burn.
Oh, your comments in
working
the
its
chat
way
below,
back
ladies and
towards Cape
gentlemen.
Canaveral. Views on the left side, that's the first stage. Engines running as we come back to the launch site or the landing site. Second stage engine nozzle is visible on the right side as we're powering the Axiom 2 crew into low Earth orbit on the way to the International Space Station.
I don't know about y'all,
Not that the boost
but
back
I see a
burn is
curve.
complete.
Stage 1, boost back shutdown.
Right on time. First stage completed the first of 3 burns heading back to the landing site. Second stage continuing on power and on
William, that's a
trajectory.
good point. Where's the stars?
Acquisition signal, Bermuda.
Head northeast, the Bermuda ground station.
Dragon, SpaceX, trajectory nominal.
Bermuda is listening into the vehicle now.
Nominal trajectory.
And the crew hears the call out of a nominal trajectory. So 4 minutes into flight, everything continuing to go well. First stage heading back. And there's the crew on the second stage getting the ride into orbit to the space station.
Is it real or is it fake? Are they dummies? Are they people? Are they underwater? Are they in space? Is that the Earth? Is it flat? Is it round? What do you think?
Coming up, we're waiting for the next trajectory call out from the guidance officer.
Dragon, SpaceX, trajectory nominal.
Love to hear those words. A nominal trajectory for Dragon.
Copy. Nominal trajectory.
And maybe even a little bit of excitement in the crew's voice. Commander Peggy Whitson calling back down, hearing that call out from GNC of a nominal trajectory. Left side of the screen, you can see the first stage. It's now beginning to orient itself so that the engines are pointed down towards the land as we will be descending towards landing zone 1 in Cape Canaveral. The 4 titanium grid fins have all deployed. They'll help guide they'll guide the first stage through once we get into the atmosphere following the entry burn, which will be coming up here in another couple of minutes. On the right-hand side, the second stage with the Dragon capsule on top, heading up the eastern seaboard of the
Have you all
US.
noticed that since they
We've
got
just
into
heard the
this view, it
call
doesn't
of
actually look like they
Boston.
went
New
anywhere?
Hampshire tracking station has picked up the signal.
Dragon SpaceX trajectory nominal.
And see,
It
continuing
looks
to
like
make
they've been
those
in the
call
same
outs that
spot
we
pretty
want to
much.
hear. Everything
Trajectory
continuing to look
nominal.
good. And the crew echoing them right back down. Good
I'm
comms with
squirting.
the
What's
crew.
going
We're
on,
able to
bro?
Bring some live video shots from inside the capsule as they're heading to space.
We're just shouting out how fake shit is.
And there's
Or
another
real.
view of the crew.
Or do we really know?
Stage 1 entry burn startup.
And there we heard that the startup burn for that stage 1 booster, you can see it there on the left-hand side of your screen, has now begun.
Stage 1 entry burn shutdown.
And conclusion of that entry burn, that burn helps to slow the vehicle down as it re-enters the Earth's atmosphere. The first stage sees
Hello,
high
Wanda.
drag, which
Hello,
runs roughly
hello.
70%
Much
of
love. Thank
the
you for
velocity
joining
by
us
the
today.
time that
Dragon
landing.
SpaceX trajectory nominal.
Love to hear that call out. Everything for
Nominal trajectory.
beautiful view of planet Earth coming to us from the second stage views on the right-hand side. Left-hand side, our first view of the Space Coast once again. This booster is attempting a landing at LZ-1.
Stage 1 transonic.
That booster is now traveling near the speed of sound. Live view coming to you from one of our tracking cameras. We can see the grid fins actuating to help steer the booster down.
Stage 1 landing burn.
Stage 2 FTS has saved.
Standing
Oh, that
by
shit's so
to-
fucking
Stage
fake.
1 landing leg deploy.
We're playing video games right now, guys. Look at this shit. I'm gonna find this
There you
episode
can
now while we mention shit.
You can see that first stage has landed back at LZ-1. This is the first time that we have performed a land landing on a crew mission. Coming up next will be second engine cutoff, or SECO, and that's where after that engine cuts off, second stage will coast for a few minutes.
An extra 32 seconds as Mr. Gates did. Well, and while we're on Mr. Gates, he seemed
We'll
to
throw
be
this
upset
back
about
on for a couple
things.
minutes,
One was
and
fraud,
yeah,
which
one
is
giant lie to
fascinating,
mankind,
given that
one giant
Donald
step
Trump was
for
convicted civilly of
fuck the
bank and insurance
government.
fraud in New York in a civil case, and now owes, I think it's 454 million, unless that's gone up with interest. I think he's having a hard time.
Doing wonderful, Wanda. How you
making that,
doing?
but I'm
How
sure
you
that
doing? I hope you're doing
Mr.
well.
Gates's constituents will help him out as they're shaking down Republican voters. You can pay either for Donald Trump's criminal lawyers or his civil lawyers. That's the big political choice, I suppose. He's also upset about China. Well, if you check out the Democrats' report, White House for Sale, how princes, prime ministers, and premiers paid off President Trump, you'll find that China actually gave more than $5 million to Donald Trump while he was president of the United States, in direct violation of the Emoluments Clause, which says that nobody in federal office shall accept a present, an emolument, which means a payment, an office, or title of any kind whatever from a king, a prince, or foreign state. And we spent the day, again, jawboning about Hunter Biden, who has never held public office, and he's never done business with a government. And yet we have right in front of us, in front of our very eyes, mammoth corruption, unprecedented in U.S. history by Donald Trump as president. And my friends don't say a single word about it, but he wants to lecture Mr. Parnas about the illegal donations he made on behalf of pro-Trump super PACs. I've noticed something interesting with the people who have finally disenthralled themselves and gotten out of the Trump cult, as Mr. Parnas puts it. People like Michael Cohen, Sarah Matthews, Cassidy Hutchinson, Alyssa Griffin. There's articles about them. There are dozens of those people, and I'd be fleeing for the exits now too. What's so fascinating to me about it is that they don't mind when these people lie for Donald Trump. Then when they get out and start telling the truth, that's when they call them liars for what they did when they worked for Donald Trump. Mr. Parnas, they're not mad that you lied and went to prison for it and did your time. They're mad that you stopped lying for Donald Trump.
Absolutely, Congressman Raskin.
So
Let's
when
check
I
out
was
some
the state
tornadoes.
assistant attorney general, Mr. Chairman, I saw a judge on my very first day of work castigate a lawyer by saying, son, you
We're gonna
forgot the
check
very
out some
first day of
tornadoes going on in Texas right now. So this is a tornado warning for Texas. Texas. Check it out. What's going on in Canada? Right Point Fire, they won't let us. They will not let us. Oh, I haven't muted.
Wait for the velocity sked update here. No CC drop. So we don't have a tornado as of right now.
Much love, Roger. Hope you're having a good day, brother.
At all or not.
A new tornado warning has been issued.
Alrighty. Well, they got ahead and issued a new tornado warning on the storm that is near Palestine. Yeah, if you're in this area, you need to seek shelter immediately, away from windows and on the lowest floor possible, and in an interior room of your home or building. So once again, they've gone ahead and issued a new tornado warning on this storm that is going towards Palestine, Texas, and southeast North Texas. Yeah, if you're in this warning, that's also for Montalba and as well as Tennessee, Colony, Texas. Make sure that you're seeking shelter away from windows and on the lowest floor possible. Once again, this is moving east-northeast.
I live in Ontario and I do not like Trudeau.
We'll go to velocities.
Storms in Illinois, high winds, good day point fire, love and respect from Scarborough. William,
So far away, but this would be the area of rotation that we're looking at. It's right over 84. It's not super strong by the looks of it up into.
I had a good day, but must get up early tomorrow. Oh yeah, what time is it for you right now, Roger?
This storm, so no, a great view of this. But if this is on the ground or if it does try to produce a tornado, that is where it is right now, just southwest of Tennessee, Colony, and it'll be approaching Palestine, Texas over the next few minutes. Probably in about 10 minutes or so, it'll be in your doorstep. So if you're in that particular area, again, make sure that you are going to your shelter spot, basement, storm shelter, closet, or bathroom, away from windows and on the lowest floor possible, and in an interior room of your home or building. We also have flash flood warnings beginning to ramp up here, so turn around, don't drown if you're on the roadways around here. I know it's not the main concern today for a lot of you, if you're just kind of, staying at home or whatever, but it is something
Is
you
that
want to be
PM there,
mindful of,
Roger?
especially if you're going out tonight. There is going to be a chance here for flash flooding, especially in low-lying areas. So, again, turn around, don't drown if you're on the roadways tonight or today, as there's a lot of rain falling with these storms, mainly due to the fact they are kind of training right now across this area. We just got storm after storm basically moving across this region in southeast North Texas, central Texas.
Trudeau is
moving over
not
East Texas here
amazing.
relatively soon. Wait for the velocity scan on this storm.
They're pretty
We
much
have a tornado
all
on the
set on
ground. If
6
there is one,
hours
which, again,
ahead
nothing
of
confirmed,
you.
but if there were to be one, it would be near 979 moving towards Marquez, Texas. Velocities will update in a second. Again, we have Storm Chaser, Storm Runner Media approaching the storm here relatively soon. Bottom right of your screen.
I knew it was
How's
you.
Connor doing? I don't know. I haven't gotten an update from him yet.
What are you doing?
Not entirely sure.
You're bored?
All right, so once again, we don't have a CC drop on this, but still, I would say a broader area of circulation right now in this storm.
Oh, look at that. Joe Fly said something to you in French.
What did he say? Let me see.
Once again, if there is a tornado, it would be right over
Yeah,
979
two
approaching
find
Marquez, Texas here in probably about 15 minutes or so. And this storm right now moving east at about 30 miles per hour
What are you and
or
your dad
so.
dabbing them?
There's God, that's that.
So once again, if you're in that tornado
Oh,
warning,
yeah, I
continue
guess
to stay in your shelter spots. The storm that's back up near Palestine, by the way,
Chris is going to take his daughter back to her mom's.
so it's a
But I'm
much
still
faster
here.
moving storm.
I'm still here.
We're watching for at least some rotation near Red Lake and Butler.
Yeah, we still got the brat boy here.
Over the next several minutes. So once again, continue to stay in your safe place as that storm continues to move that direction. We got more storms forming behind it.
That was Caleb that posted a funny in chat there,
We
guys.
also have storms forming further down to the south of that tornado warning. And if any of these become discrete, they could do something.
Okay,
like
did
we
you
had
guys
before.
notice
Could
that
get a
Caleb dyed his
tornado
hair?
out of something that develops down that direction.
He's got purple hair, guys. He's got purple hair.
Continues to evolve.
Pretty cool, eh?
Yeah, if you're in Teague, Texas, you're good. You don't have to be in your safe place anymore. It's just a lot of lightning.
And
Obviously,
it
make
was
sure you're
much
staying
needed.
indoors, but you don't have to be in your storm shelter.
What was
or
much
basement or
needed
wherever
there,
you
Joe
might be.
Fly?
You're no longer under a tornado warning.
Purple hair sucks.
Reports, photos, videos.
Who the hell say that to me?
Roger Hop from the Netherlands.
Well, you can hop off a bridge.
Oh, that's
By the way, this
me.
tornado warning for Palestine, Texas includes a population of 47,000 people. So this is a bit more of a populated region here of Texas.
Or you could
Obviously,
tell
it's
them
still
something like,
relatively
hey,
rural in
your
nature when
name
it comes
sucks.
to areas like surrounding DFW.
Or
but,
I don't know.
this is one of the more hotspot areas when it comes to the southeastern quadrant of North Texas. So obviously, if you know any friends or family here, there are
Cross
people
country.
in this warning. Definitely want to make sure that you at least give them some sort of heads up if they are, maybe ignoring the warning today, which obviously today this is a storm that is hard to see visually on radar, but it very well could be producing a tornado at any time.
Hey, Roger.
As this continues to move to the east
I
northeast.
hope you know you just
If we
said
have a
purple hair
tornado,
sucks
it
to a
would be located
13-year-old.
right there.
I
east of
know your
Fairfield.
location.
That's Chris's son. You just said that too, sir.
Again, that'd be near Route
Guess
84.
what? I will find your
There's a
location.
tornado,
I will
which it's not
tickle
a
your.
tight couplet, but once again, we are looking very
Joe
far
Fly
over
says
the
not the purple
clouds.
hair,
So
but
we
his
have a
comedy.
Great view of this storm right now, moving northeast, northeast.
Hey, what is it you always say? I was crazy once.
They put me in a room, a rubber room with rats. Rats think it's crazy. I was thinking to lock me in a room, a wooden room,
on
a
this
wooden
one,
room with
and
who's for me?
wow, look at that. That's a
bunch
lot of lightning.
bars.
Fairfield.
That's crazy.
We have a boatload of lightning with this storm. This is a highly electrified
I'm
storm
at
right
the
now
thing
approaching
today.
Palestine, Texas.
Don't forget to pay your taxes.
Oh, wait, here's
Or
NATO
else I
Cats
will
outlook
sell
for
you
today.
to Microsoft.
Again, don't put too much stock into this. I mean, sometimes it's right, sometimes it's not. But it does show a significant tornado risk here. I don't know if we'll actually see
Oh,
a
Roger.
I don't feel like we will, but it's definitely still a low.
Why being mean to the kid?
SBC doesn't have it outlined. But that'd be the area to watch for the greatest tornado risk today, basically, would be that particular area, again, in East Texas. And right there near Route 84. That is where we're watching for rotation, approaching Palestine, Texas. Again, moving east, northeast. Nothing confirmed as of now, but it is going to continue to be something that we'll watch very closely as it moves east, northeast over the next several
Don't worry,
days.
William. Your opinion will not get you canceled because Chris's favorite color is pink and my favorite color is purple. And you know what? We're both men, and we work very hard for a living, and we help our community very much. We are part of the freedom community. We do not believe in trans. We do not believe in flying the rainbow flag. We believe in fighting for Canada and sticking up for the children.
Thank you, by the way, to everybody
The
that's become a member
children
or
come
super chatted.
first,
I'll hopefully get to those at some point.
always
I've
and
not been able to for the
forever.
last 3 days because almost the entire time when we're live, we've had tornado warnings, and every single day, which is just crazy.
And that's okay, William. That's
We
okay.
had 9 straight hours of
You
tornado
know what?
warnings
It
on
takes a real
Friday.
man to do something that other
Yesterday,
people
we had,
are
I think,
afraid
about
to
8
do.
or 9 hours of straight tornado warnings. And that second stream, maybe 10 hours. It's crazy. Actually, yeah, yesterday we had, I think, about 11 hours straight of tornado warnings in that second stream.
Caleb, Joe Fly says she's always watching.
It's been crazy.
So this is a
Those seas
tornado
are crazy.
watch
We don't have
in
anything confirmed on this storm right now,
Texas, USA.
the velocities
Are we
have
going to
to
see
go
an
via
actual
scan, but
tornado
the
here or
rotation,
what?
if there's a
I'd like to
tornado,
see an
it
actual
would be right
tornado.
here on this leading edge.
A new tornado warning has been issued.
All right, new
I would
tornado
love
warning on
to
this
see an
storm.
actual
That's for
tornado.
Marquez, Centerville, and Leona.
Just not one that's going to
Texas,
hurt anybody.
Just south of Buffalo near Interstate 45, moving east-northeast. Once again, if you are in this pink polygon, you've got to seek shelter away from windows and on the lowest floor possible. Interior room of your home or building as this storm will continue to move east-northeast.
Okay, so it's speeding up.
Later, Roger.
This is the live shot right now in this particular southern tornado warning cell near Centerville. So we're looking into the storm right now with Storm Runner Media.
We saw his rotation on it, but I think
That is currently tornado warned.
Right.
This includes Jewett, Hilltop Lakes, and Centerville, Texas.
My kids are gym rats and adrenaline junkies. What a blessing. Right, Point Fire? Kids are truly a blessing. They're a miracle to this world. And I'm happy that I'm so close with
I think this is
Chris's
the biggest
kids.
difference we've never had from
I
tornado
can't really
warnings
be
versus
close with
severe
mine
thunderstorm
because of what I do for a living and my beliefs. And I'm crazy. I'm a conspiracy theorist.
24.9.
Yeah, so
Closing in on 25K here real soon. We're
that's
7
beautiful.
I've seen Texas.
But I've been talking to my son. We communicate on Facebook there. I've been able to communicate with him. Sometimes he watches the lives, and that's wonderful. So that's been an ongoing thing, and that's been making me very happy.
That's the storm right there. He's still a good, I don't know, 5 or 6 miles away from the storm or so. This is the storm
Hey,
that
Joe
we're
Fly,
talking about near Route
I'm
79.
curious as to if we're even going to
It's a
ever see
broad
one.
area of circulation near Marquez, approaching Centerville.
I'd like to see
it's
a
still not very
tornado.
strong on radar, but it could still drop a tornado if it's able to develop, and that'll continue to move east-northeast. Once again, the one that is near
Let's see what else
Palestine,
is there.
Texas,
Those hurt. Lay down.
Jacksonville, has been trying to intensify. So I would stay very vigilant right now if you're in Palestine, Texas. We do still have a area of rotation here. It is broad, but it is going to be broad enough to produce something down the road as it continues to move east-northeast, going into Palestine and eventually going towards Montalba. And
Oh,
Tennessee
are they
Colony.
sending another rocket
southeast
up?
West Texas.
Oh, they're sending 4 more rockets up.
near
Oh,
Route
look
84
at that.
and
Up
79.
into nowhere through the water of nowhere and
Once
blah,
again,
blah, 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 blah.
continue to stay in your shelter spot, that storm shelter, that basement, away from windows or closet or bathroom if you don't have one of those. Away from windows and on the lowest floor possible. Interior room of your home or
Live
building.
streaming Earth from space. Huh, what's that?
Again,
Is that
this the
fake?
live
Are those
view that
clouds
we're
or are those not clouds?
in
You got so many things in the way there, I can't even tell.
in Jewett, Texas, but that's the storm right now that is attempting to produce a tornado.
Something's attempting to produce a tornado. Where?
Give this one more scan, and we'll probably.
Me too. My wife is kind and forgiving. That's good, Point Fire. That's awesome.
We'll go back to radar once we have
Such a
next scan.
noble looking hound. Oh, thank
Nothing
you.
confirmed on these storms quite yet.
He's my baby. He's my baby. And he loves the kids too. He protects the kids and Y'all ever come at a kid when he's around, you're gonna lose an arm, just to warn you.
It's kind of wrapped in the middle. That's probably why it's a weekend of a little bit of velocity. But I don't expect that to last long.
Wait for the velocities to update. And this is the storm right now that is near Centerville, Texas. That is currently tornado warned.
Oh, it's okay. So it's a country road. Thanks, guys.
All right, here's the latest scan on this. So again, just to the west-southwest of Marquez, as we're looking at for that potential for a tornado. And no CC drop on this as of now, which means that there's no debris that is actively being lifted up into the atmosphere. Obviously, that could change at any time as this moves east-northeast, going towards Marquez and Jewett, and eventually going towards Centerville, Texas. The storm has, at one point, produced a tornado. By the sounds of it, it was brief, but it did produce a tornado at one point. So it could still technically produce something down the road as this continues to move to the east-northeast. And then the one that's back up near Palestine, let's go back to the velocities here. Got a broad area of circulation right now just to the west of Palestine. So here's that circulation. We got strong winds going toward and away from the radar. It's still a very broad area of circulation. It hasn't tightened quite yet, but once again, it could try to tighten at any time and drop a tornado. So continue to stay in your safe place, away from windows, and on the lowest floor possible in an interior room of your home or building. And we'll have another radar scan in about a minute or two on these storms. We'll go back to Storm Runner Media for the moment here. That's the storm, once again, that's near or just west of Centerville. That is currently tornado warned.
Things closing in. Back behind us there.
Interesting town names. This is Texas for you. Rural parts of Texas. What's a CC drop? It's when we have debris being lifted up into the atmosphere by, like, determined by radar, which we don't have that right now, but that's what that means. We'd basically be looking to see if any debris is being lifted up on the radar, or debris being lifted up in the atmosphere by radar, and we'd be able to determine that with the correlation coefficient, otherwise known as the CC.
That might be our area of rotation right in there.
That's something right there.
Problem is, a lot of this rotation's back in the rain, so it's kind of hard to tell where exactly it's at. But I think I'm seeing a little bit of right to left right there.
Almost directly west.
Almost direct.
Now this is a storm. Maybe we'll actually see a tornado. That'd be pretty cool. So who's all still here in the chat? Who's all still around and watching and with us? Howdy goes, everybody. I hope we're all having a happy Sunday. Well, much love, Wanda. Much love, to fly. I hope you ladies are having a lovely day. Come on, show a tornado. I think. Yeah, you're still here. Still here. Thinking of playing Modern Warfare on Cell. Well then. I need a game system, but I don't game. I just do stuff.
Definitely moving faster than the NFC. Need the road, not the or like turn off the road. There's a good.
It's a gooder phone. Yeah, William, I'm pretty sure that's what my brother has. Gaming.
What a great frontage road. Even at 65. On the interstate, we were doing about 30, and that was cutting.
Where the heck are the tornadoes? Point Fire, I can't say that I have heard of that. Joe Fly, I'm thinking about my future, thinking about thinking about how long I get to buy a car next week, and got a lot of things on my mind. Hey, Mr. Nail Biter. Hey, Miss Nancy Wantley. How do you do? So lazy today. Did I forget your name though? Did I really forget on that? We're looking for a tornado. That's awesome, Point Fire. Mine's a German Shepherd, Australian Shepherd, and Blue Nose Pitter.
We're not through yet. Oh, come on.
This is in Texas.
Yes, ma'am. Whoa. Hello. Goodness, I like if you heard that one. Not sure how you could. You were wearing headphones. I'm sorry. Still have a fair chunk of precip.
What's going on, the Chad? Right, as long as it's not here. Oh, yeah.
Female voice. Can I get a Hoya? Male voice. Lolly voice.
Blue scramble.
Listen here, guys. We're going tornado watching. Tornado.
I think there might have been, there's like a package processing company over here, so it's probably for that.
Well, I don't know, Joe Fly. What would you like to watch?
You're an aristocrat, man.
Anything and everything. Freedom. Now you listen here. We're going on an adventure. Let's see what we can find.
Maybe it's an embedded super. Might give us some lighter pieces of
I don't know if there's anything not happy, guys. Or anything happy. I don't know. What's what these days? Caught on camera, possible UFO. Reported over New York's LaGuardia Airport. News Nation. 1.7 million views 3 days ago. Multiple tornado warnings.
Didn't even give me a chance to get through. It's like you did it just for me. I appreciate it. We are almost through. No delays, please.
That's just dumb. Damn ad.
Oh, good. They're all getting on the interstate.
I can't find nothing, Joe Fly.
What an amazing furniture. I like that.
Trying to find stuff.
Let's go, let's go. What are y'all saying over here? Nah, that's so cute, right? Don't we have our own tornado case? I thought we had one up north. Can you play any music videos? That's it. That's definitely great. That's a definite strike. God. Holy heck, my notifications won't stop.
Really, the lesson here is I should have let that first storm go sooner. I wouldn't have even had to deal with it.
Oh, I'll definitely get a strike. Give me a minute. I'm gonna find something.
My roads keep up with it. What a
Maybe we can have a little music.
road
Okay.
seems like the scenario that
I'm gonna play a new ACL song. That's what I can play.
well, I can see the clearing up there.
And play some ACL music. That's what we'll do.
It's an art gallery.
Ooh, yeah.
We're helping build more housing so you can build your new home in Ontario. Learn more at ontario.ca/morehomes.
This game, you're not ready for.
I said I wasn't gonna do this, but the drama keeps haunting and haunting. If you don't understand why I'm crazy? We'll get a glimpse right now.
This is how you do it.
I'm going crazy, I don't know what I should do.
Freedom.
I keep dipping, but you stick to me like glue.
Save the children.
Try to listen, but all that keeps coming. I'm going crazy, I'm going crazy, going crazy, I'm going crazy.
I don't know why I keep going back for more. All the signs telling me to leave fast before it's too late, and you fall for every trap, and you're distracted while your heart is getting snatched and torn apart. Cause you're in love and you're asking for too much. Emotions with a kiss, not just a body to touch. Yes, it gets pretty awkward, the feeling is rough. The love potion's wearing off, I'm not feeling the stuff. It's pretty tough, sometimes I feel like it's a bluff. Maybe it's because I'm not a man that's doing enough. Well, according to who? Yes, you, I approve. I talk a lot of big words without the actions to prove it's true. Or am I convinced from your view? Now I'm starting to think, am I crazy or a fool or a tool getting used? Once you pack up and move, I bet anything whatever is left is what I'll lose. Yep.
I'm going crazy, I don't know what I should do. I keep dipping, but you stick to me like glue. Try to listen, but all that keeps coming. I'm going crazy, I'm going crazy, going crazy, I'm going crazy.
Your interaction with others is so different than with me. Enthusiastic and interested with others indeed. I'm not blind, I can see it with time. It's been repeated, denying all the secrets and lying like you cheated. I kinda don't believe it with your crooked disguise. I don't see the same spark when I look in your eyes. I don't feel the same heart, and it's hard to describe. The love that we once had is too far to revive, and now I got no choice but to move on. You gone might be the only way for me to not do wrong. I'm going crazy thanks to you, lady. Maybe you may be with me for your safety. Hate me, break me until you find better. Everywhere that we go, I see the signs. I'm never gonna fall for that silly stuff again. Thanks to you, baby boo, I'll never trust again. Nope.
I'm going crazy, I don't know what I should do. I keep dipping, but you stick to me like glue. Try to listen, but all that keeps coming. I'm going crazy, I'm going crazy, going crazy, I'm going crazy.
Now good luck with your new life, I'm taking you out my head. Done with you making me feel bad. Instead, I'm gonna close this book that I've already read. 13 years down the drain and now dead. Go ahead and roam around, the freedom can't be friends with you. Hell nah, I really can't. Got yourself new friends with a place to stay. Go ahead, big boy, and try to take my place. Good luck with her silly demands, ungratefulness. I used to feel bad, now I really just hate her. Now I see you made the switch. Your hatred is a sign that's telling me escape and quit. I see your Facebook post that's been targeting me. A lot of party and bullshit I'm starting to see. You need space cause you wanna be alone, so you say. Yet I see you with the same motherfucker every day. Damn.
I'm going crazy, I don't know what I should do. I keep dipping, but you stick to me like glue. Try to listen, but all that keeps coming. I'm going crazy, I'm going crazy, going crazy, I'm going crazy.
Haha, Joe Fly, that's funny. So, ladies and gentlemen, I'm gonna jump off here for a little bit. I got some shit to plan out, and I told some people that I'd be having them up on the stream today so we can tell their stories. So I got to get ready for that. I thought we'd hang out for a bit, do some mic tests. I know everything's working. We got the studio kind of set up somewhat. So yeah, ladies and gentlemen, peace, love, and freedom, and we will see you shortly. I'm gonna say about an hour. Maybe 2, because I'm going to eat dinner as well. Peace and love. See you shortly.